Hey, wonderful people! I went to a second-hand bookstore recently and came back with a stack that I'm genuinely so excited about. So let me show you what I got. Okay, starting with this beauty, Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I picked this up just because it's Jane Austen. I have never read her before, and I don't really know much about this book. All I know is that Mrs. Bennet, she has only one goal, which is to marry off her 5 daughters. And I also know that there's some fuss going around about Mr. Darcy. Like, people are obsessed with this man, and that's all I know. And I'm genuinely so excited to read this because I've heard for years that Jane Austen is brilliant, but I've always been so intimidated. And I opened it up and read the first few pages, and it already sounds so interesting. I'm just so excited. And then I found this one right next to it, Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen. You can't take just one Jane Austen, right? That would be irresponsible. So it's about two sisters, and they each represent one of the two qualities in the title. And it's about how they navigate their lives with such different personalities. I love that concept already, and I have a feeling that I will love Jane Austen's books immediately. Okay, this one is The Diamond Bikini by Charles Williams. I picked this up purely because the title is ridiculous. I searched it on Goodreads, and it says that it's crime fiction and thriller. It's such a good combination. And this book is about a boy named Billy. He and his father live on the road. They travel from track to track until one day the welfare worker decides that it's not a proper life for a child, and she demands that they should settle down somewhere wholesome. So Billy's father takes him to Texas to live on his brother's farm, who's involved with gangsters, and then there is some woman who disappears, wearing nothing but a diamond bikini. I don't know what to expect. I have never heard of Charles Williams. I wanted to pick up something out of my comfort zone, and it was written in 1956. So we'll see how it goes. Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. Victor Frankenstein is a scientist who becomes obsessed with the secret of life. He makes a creature from body parts stitched together and brings it to life. And that's kind of all I know. But I'm so excited to finally read this. By the way, Mary Shelley wrote this book when she was 18. 18. It already blows my mind. And I think it's going to be sad. I have this feeling. I think it's going to be more complicated than I expected it to be. And I heard people say that the real monster isn't a creature, it's Victor. So I guess I'll find out. Okay, another classic that I've somehow never read. Journey to the Center of the Earth by Jules Verne. It starts with a professor finding a manuscript in which an explorer claims to have found a route to the center of the Earth. So the professor, his nephew, and a guide travel to Iceland, climb down into a volcano, and start descending. That's the basic premise. This book was written in 1864, that's over 160 years ago. And there's something so appealing to me about reading a book that was written when people genuinely didn't know what was at the center of the earth. So excited. Sherlock Holmes, The Complete Novels and Stories, Volume 2. Okay, I made a mistake. I saw this on the shelf, and I thought it said Volume 1. I guess my brain just stopped working properly, but when I got home, I realized it said Volume 2. So I can't start this one yet. I have to read the first volume first. I have to read the Volume 1 first. I can't start in the middle. It would be pure chaos. I think Sherlock Holmes himself would judge me for it. I have read Sherlock Holmes before, a long time ago, but I remember nothing. So I'm starting from the blank page. No prior knowledge, no spoilers I can recall, just me and the great detective. I'm so excited to read this. I remember I loved it a lot, and now I get to experience it all over again. Stephen King, Rose Madder, my favorite author. I want to read everything he's ever written. If it's Stephen King, I just grab the book. And this book is about a woman named Rosie Daniels. She's married to a man named Norman, and he's abusive. One day she wakes up to the chilling realization that her husband is going to kill her. She escapes and builds a new life in a new city. After some time, Rosie finds a painting in a second-hand shop. It's an old painting of a woman, and it's called Rose Madder. And there is something about it that feels alive. Meanwhile, her husband is hunting for her. He's a cop. He knows how to find people, and he's not going to stop. It's supposed to be the blend of realistic horror and supernatural horror. The domestic abuse and the stalker husband are terrifying on their own. Adding the painting, whatever it is, just makes it more interesting. I'm so curious to see where it goes. Ender's Game by Orson Scott Card. I've seen the movie. I loved it, so I'm really excited to read the book, finally. The Earth has been attacked by an alien species. Humanity barely survived, and everyone knows that aliens are going to come back. So humanity is preparing for the next attack. They've created a military academy in space to train the most gifted children to become commanders. Our main character is Adam. He is brilliant, strategic, exactly what the military is looking for. He also rapidly progresses through advanced levels of training. And I just find out that this is a part of the series. And if I love this book, I guess I'm adding the rest to my TBR. Plum Island by Nelson DeMille. This one is new to me. I have never heard of him, but the premise sounds so interesting. The main character is John Corey. He's a former cop. He was shot in the line of duty, and now he's recovering, staying out on Long Island, trying to figure out what to do with his life. And then a young couple is found murdered. They worked at Plum Island, which is a top secret government research facility, and it is rumored to be an incubator for germ warfare. And the main character is thrown into a dangerous search for the secret of Plum Island. And I don't know what to expect from this book. Oh, there is a map. I had never read his books. I had never seen anyone reading his books, so I don't know what to expect. But I think it has a lot of chances to be really good. I also learned that it's the first book in the series. So if I love this one, there are more waiting for me. So excited. A Case of Need by Michael Crichton. This one I picked up for two reasons. First, I read the annotation, and it sounds like a really solid thriller. Second, that's what sealed the deal. There is a Stephen King review on the cover. It's a medical thriller. Isn't it interesting? I don't think I've ever read medical thrillers before. Michael Crichton, the guy who wrote Jurassic Park, he was a medical student before he became a writer, so I guess he knows what he's talking about. The main character is Dr. John Barry, and here's the crucial detail. Abortion is illegal. This book was written in the 1960s. So we're talking about illegal procedures and women dying from the things that should have been safe. And woman dies from a botched illegal abortion, and a prominent surgeon is accused of performing it. And he's a friend of Barry's, and Barry is convinced that his friend is innocent. And he starts investigating on his own. Was it an accidental malpractice, a violation of Hippocratic oath, or cold-blooded murder? We'll see. Michael Crichton wrote this one under a pseudonym, Jeffrey Hudson, because he was still in medical school and didn't want to cause any trouble. That's fascinating to me, and I'm really intrigued to read this one. Conqueror by Gillian Flynn. I have somehow managed to avoid all spoilers for this book. I know it was huge, I know there was a movie. I wanted to watch it so many times, and I'm glad I didn't, just because I love to experience the book first. This book is about a married couple, Nick and Amy. On their 5th anniversary, Amy disappears. Nick becomes the prime suspect. Amy's friends reveal that she was afraid of him, that she hid things from Nick. Nick swears it's all lies, that he's innocent. But then the police check his computer and find disturbing searches. Nick says they weren't made by him. There are also some calls that Nick can't explain. And that's kind of all I know. I'm so ready to finally read this. And the final book is Silver Tower by Dale Brown. I picked this one up randomly. No Stephen King review on the cover this time. I was browsing the shelves, saw the cover, and it looks very sci-fi-ish. It said, during Middle East crisis, Iran has been invaded. America responds with a counterattack by sea, by air, and by a new technology that is the most sophisticated laser defense system ever built. It's called Silver Tower, and I don't know what to expect from this book. It's a military sci-fi thriller. I have never heard of Dale Brown before, and I have no idea if it's focused more on technology itself or the politics, the action. I guess I will find out. And that's pretty much all. Thank you for staying till the end, and I hope to see you in my next videos. Happy reading!